Como lo prometí, Eusebio, estamos aquí en la San Diego Comic Con, en el stand de Tamashii Nations con Adam. Vamos a platicar un poquito respecto a todo lo que está saliendo nuevo de Tamashii Nations. Voy a empezar a hablar en inglés, pero ya saben que habrá subtítulo, entonces no se preocupen. So Adam, it's been a while from La Mole. What's new about Tamashii Nations? There are a lot of things, obviously, but what can you tell us?
Well, this year our booth here in San Diego, which we'd love to have like 5 times the size of the booth, so we had to kind of limit it to certain things, but the overall theme is kind of a East meets West. So you go to one side of the booth and you have some Japanese properties, sorry, it's this direction I should point, but like Naruto over there. The big unveil that we talked about, I guess, in La Mole, which is Voltron, which I guess is viewed as, you know, a US pop culture character, but originally the IP is, of course, from Japan, Go Lion, yeah, exactly. So we put it on the west side. We've got this hybrid behind me, which is like a Japanese Gatai or Combiner robot, but it's Toy Story, so it's kind of in the middle, and things like Power Rangers that are kind of in the middle. Turtles are on the west side, but they are ninjas. And we, of course, there's the Japanese stylized movie realization figures, the Stormtroopers, the exclusives. Yeah, we have the manga realization, the samurai theme Spider-Man in our manga realization line. So that Meisho movie and manga realization line over there, which is, of course, a Japanese aesthetic. We're always going to be a Japanese brand, but we want to show people more that we're engaging more in new audiences as well, and taking on some Western pop culture items. Suicide Squad, Dark Knight, WWE, there you go. It's not Lucha Libre, I'm sorry. I was wearing actually a Blue Demon shirt yesterday, believe it or not. Yeah, Ani Mexico took me out. It was probably the best live event I've ever seen in my life. I really want to do SH figure arts of Maximo Sexy, but I don't think it will happen, but I would love to do that. Yeah, but you know, that line is a good way to highlight some of the new technologies we have with SH Figure Arts, the good face print technology. Of course, you see The Rock. We have Triple H here. Also, this line you won't see it in display, but we're incorporating special interchangeable hands that are grasping hands as well in the WWE. So WWE has some new stuff in it as well. So a lot more stuff with Western culture. I think we have a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on that side as well. Yeah, so there's just more we're doing in the realm of US pop culture, but with the way we do it. So like, you know, the SH Figure Arts technology for WWE, and the Meisho movie realization, Takeya-san, the sculptor, who works with our SIC line, continuing to work with new things. I just got back from Star Wars Celebration, and that exclusive, yeah, in London, and that exclusive that we had there, the Sand Trooper, the special version with the black pauldron and a white pauldron, is also available here. And we're continuing that line. We did a big art gallery of his over there as well. So we're continuing to engage fans more with that line, which is actually, because we're in the US right now, that is actually kind of our biggest line here right now. It's really been growing a lot. People are starting to cosplay as like samurai. So I know, yeah, and I know now it was a license issue, but finally we're going to be starting to move into Mexico as well with this line, yeah.
Another thing that we spoke on La Mole is that there were some things coming from DC that you couldn't talk about, but right now I can see, well, you can...
Yeah, so at the time, I don't know if Suicide Squad had been released, but that would be it. So yeah, at that time it was still probably just Injustice. But now we have Suicide Squad, I think was released a couple months after La Mole, or a month and a half later. We showed the Harley Quinn and Joker from Suicide Squad at our Tamashii Features event in May. But here we're actually showing some Dark Knight stuff as well, which is a first time see over there. We definitely want to do more with DC, because, yeah, I think the Injustice figures went over really, really well. The Batman one had some die cast in the belt, and it was really cool. Joker had a lot of crazy accessories, and it allows us to highlight that, again, facial print technology we're using with WWE. I mean, Harley Quinn really looks like Margot Robbie. You could see her face. Yeah, the high-level detail. Speaking of which, I left out, who's kind of in the middle here, is Bruce Lee as well. We unveiled the tracksuit version as well, so the Game of Death. So definitely want to check that out. That's a cool new one we have here as well.
So the thing is, we've seen a lot of new properties. They're very, very awesome. But regarding the old stuff like the Dragon Ball, and what can we also see when there was an event on France, I believe it was, that there was a premium color sale and battle damage Gohan, I believe that it was. How was those lines developing? The West, I was accepting the totally Japanese franchises.
Well, Dragon Ball is, I mean, overall is still our #1 line. I think in Western markets overall, including the U.S. And we're going to continue with it. It's not a focus display at this event just because we have so much new stuff that we're rolling out. But we are actually, and I talked to you about this before the interview, and we don't have it up right now, but we're doing surveys on Dragon Ball. So we're not taking a break. It's just there's kind of a little slowdown now, and there's a lot of fans asking for a lot of stuff, which we plan to give them next year. And some additional stuff we plan to give them based on the results of the survey. We've done surveys in the past. This time, we're really serious about the surveys because we've laid out some groundwork. And a lot of the things you asked me about, people, I think, I guess I have to field the question later, but it's the question is going to be posed back to the fan is, yeah, what saga do you want to see most? We can kind of start from those blocks. And we will do more with SH Figure Arts. I think SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball, this year, we slowed down a little bit because we're bringing in some more Western properties. Next year, I think we're really planning to put the gas on for SH Figure Arts. Yeah, Dragon Ball, yeah, go hard.
Hicimos el hashtag de Ask Tamashii para que todos ustedes tuvieran la oportunidad de hacer las preguntas directamente a Tamashii Nation respecto a todo lo que les parecía como que relevante, todo lo que parecía importante. Obviamente fueron muchísimas las preguntas las que hicieron, agradecemos muchísimo todo el apoyo que tienen, o sea, todo el amor a la marca. Sin embargo, los tuvimos que reducir un poquito, tratamos de generalizarlas. Ahorita vamos a entrar directamente a unas preguntas. Obviamente ya saben que van a estar subtituladas perfectamente bien, así es que vamos a comenzar con Cabello Sudaco con Saint Seiya. So, regarding the line Saint Seiya, there are a lot of questions on Mexico and Latin America. One of the questions that has been asked, I believe like 1 million or 2 million times, when will we be seeing the Asgard EX line?
It's a great question. We've got tons of feedback on that. Surveys too, so. And yeah, I keep bringing it to product development. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer for you right now, but we're extremely aware of the question. That's all I can say. I wish I had an answer, but I don't have one right now.
Okay. Second question. There has been a lot of like questioning about what will happen with the surplus line, with the generals, with the Poseidons, the line. Will it continue on the EX or what will we, I mean, because we have like 2 or 3 of those lines, but what will happen?
With the surplus or the Poseidon? Both?
Yeah, I mean, will it continue?
I know we've done some more surplus recently. I don't have any word on the Poseidon stuff. Again, I don't have any answers for you for anything with Seiya right now, but we've got the feedback. Okay, and we're not pulling those. We are pulling a lot of Dragon Ball here. We're obviously not surveying any Saint Seiya in this market. The next opportunity we have, we'll do so, but we got a lot of good data at La Mole, and then last year we did, you know, the Galleria as well, about a little over a year ago. We got a lot of good information there, and you know, there's other markets that we've been pulling this over and over again that share very similar trends to Mexico. And we were just in France for Japan Expo. And you know, last year, December, there's also Brazil. So we have the Comic-Con experience down there, yeah. So I can say that a lot of the feedback that we get in Mexico is very, very similar to what we get even in France. I don't have any of the answers on this, but I know that we are aware of the feedback, and the feedback that we're getting is very similar in some other markets as well. So it's not just feedback from fans in Mexico, it's feedback from a lot of people all over the world, yeah.
And well, to more or less conclude the Saint Seiya, there has been a lot of inquiries regarding the characters from the movies, like the Abel.
Yes, and so Mexico, our official distributor in Mexico, did you hear that? Mexico, our official distributor in Mexico, always ask me that same question, and we get that feedback not from the fans, from the distributor. So, yeah. So our distributor is very in tune with the fans, and we keep getting this feedback. But I don't have an answer on if or when at this point. I'm really sorry. I know people are going to hate me, but I'm just trying to be honest. I don't have the feedback. All I can say is I don't have the answer, but I can say we have a lot of that data from the consumer. So I hope we can obviously respond to some of that someday. I just, at this point in time, I can't answer honestly.
Well, and the last question is more of like a technical question. It's like you have shown in a lot of galleries some prototypes that haven't seen the light.
Yeah.
What happens to those products? Will they ever see? I mean, will they?
Are you talking about Saint Seiya or some other stuff?
Saint Seiya.
Okay, so yeah, remember we used to do those, like we had like the clock with the flame going around it, and I think that meant that the more like flames that were in there, the closer it was, and if it had like one or two, it was basically really for display only, and that was it. So, I mean, we don't do that just with Seiya. We've done a lot of for display only things before in other lines. So, I mean, Dragon Ball is a good example of that. I've displayed like 4 or 5 years ago. We did Shenron, Nappa, and people are asking about Nappa, and those things hopefully eventually will be figures. So sometimes when people don't see it come out the following year, it doesn't mean that we won't necessarily never get around to it. Sometimes you'll wait 3 or 4 years. Honestly speaking, that's what will happen. There's a lot to consider. You know, people's wallets being one of them, our capacity for production capacity, resources, human resources. But a lot of time we have the feedback, and I think what's happening right now with Tamashii Nations is we're bringing in more Western properties, and hopefully what this is a start of marketing and doing product development more for our fans in Western markets, not necessarily Japan, because those don't always intersect. Whereas, like what I said before, France, Brazil, Mexico, there's a lot of trends that do intersect there, and responding to those fans and developing for those fans is hopefully something that we're able to do more of in the future. And that would mean us making those things that were for display only that may never get seen the light of day, or they will, it just will take a long time. Maybe it will happen faster, or will actually happen with more certainty, hopefully someday. We still haven't gotten there yet. So Tamashii Nations that are getting more into the, I guess, Western markets doesn't just mean that we're building more Western properties. It means a lot of times it's Japanese properties that are more popular in Latin America or Southern Europe, and engaging those fans and being in a position where we're able to develop product more for those fans. That's what we're hoping Tamashii Nations will be, and that we never lose that sense of being a Japanese brand at the same time. So, but it's going to take some time to get there. We remember where we're starting from is pretty much really just an isolated Japanese brand, and that's where we were 7 years ago. So.
Tal como decíamos, hubo bastantes preguntas aquí para que ustedes, todas las pusimos ahí en las redes sociales. Sin embargo, para que estén al pendiente de qué es lo que estamos haciendo, una de las preguntas más importantes era cuál era la storyline, o sea, su arco favorito. En este caso estamos hablando de que cuando Goku era pequeño, el arco de los Saiyans, Piccolo, Freezer, los androides, Majin Buu, Dragon Ball Z, GT inclusive. Algo bastante interesante es que obviamente está Dragon Ball Super e inclusive, perdón, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Entonces, we have a lot of questions right now, so you are like serving a lot of ground. You're trying to cover a lot of ground for Dragon Ball.
Yes, so we're asking about certain arcs, story arcs. We're asking about individual characters, Nappa, Shenron, which we displayed before, Yamchan. We had Raditz. I mean, things that we've displayed before.
Fusion.
Yeah, Fusion. Yeah, it's all here. And others, I'm sure there'll be a lot of free-hand typing in this survey as well, but there's stuff, and there's some prototypes we were going to display that didn't get displayed, but hopefully they will be displayed maybe next opportunity, New York Comic Con, but we'll continue to survey this stuff. And again, we know there's some fan dissatisfaction because they want us to do more and more and more. We just had to focus on some other things to get some other lines running, but hopefully we're gonna refuel this line next year. That's my hope anyhow.
Another question that we had, I mean, like, there was a very burning question that I can see it right here, is that when will we be seeing more SH figures from the ladies, the female characters from Dragon Ball? We have here Bulma, but
Bulma's in the survey. She's in the survey, so I think she's the only one here. Well, we all have Bulma in here right for now, but yeah, maybe people will start writing that in, and yeah, we'll take your comments. I think yeah, we need to re-engage by going in different directions and doing different types of characters. Definitely female characters deserve. I mean, we've done the android, but yeah. So, but we definitely need more. So yeah, please, your feedback's appreciated. We'll have this on the survey here at San Diego, and then later, if it could go to your fans, you could take the survey as is and pull it if you'd like. It'd be great.
And well, another question that was like a little bit is that the premium color that you're bringing new characters, well, not new, but some Tamashii web exclusives that are now the premium color. So how has been that line developing?
Well, we have two things going on. We have different color versions. The reason why we've been doing that is because in Japan they're web exclusives, and technically we can't really do a reissue on an exclusive. That said, I think we've done it once with a Figure Art Zero item, but it's typically not our practice to do that. So if anything's flagged as a Tamashii web exclusive and it's coming to the market, you can't really expect a reissue. You can expect it to go up in value, so obviously the demand is going to be higher. They're going to be a little more expensive. But we want to bring them back because the demand's so high. So what do? We tweak the color and we bring it back, and that therefore it's a different thing. And that's why the people who bought it, kind of with a sense, it was open market in Mexico, it was open market in the US, it was open market in Brazil, but it was open market in Spain. I'm sure you have some Spain fanship as well. So even though those are strategic markets for us, for Dragon Ball, we'll take an exclusive in Japan, we'll offer it over open market. We still want them to know, yeah, this was kind of a web exclusive, and especially open market. And sometimes when it's an open market in the US, yeah, it's not quite as special because there could be tons of reissues, right? So we don't want to do that reissue. So we said, okay, for the people who bought it thinking it was kind of an exclusive, we want to bring it back. We want to have the opportunity for them to buy more. People didn't get it to have it, so we've been changing. That's what the premium color is. In addition to that, we've been doing kind of upgrades, you know, version 2s and with the Goku Awakening and that sort of stuff. Yeah, Vegeta as well, right. So we'll be doing more, I think, of both. I think we'll be doing more of both. And we know the feedback we've been getting on some of these. And I think what we need to do now with this line, with SH Figure Arts, this is a high-end action figure line. There's a lot more players in the market with Presto and other people. And we need to go out and, even if it's more expensive, we need to include more parts, and we understand that. So include the folding arm parts in Vegeta. We get all this feedback, and we keep pushing it. And my feedback to our product developers is, if it's going to be more expensive, it's going to be more expensive, but let's cost up and let's add more to the product line. I think the fans are in agreement with that, and I think we need to service the core fans more. That said, there are some lines that maybe we need to engage new demographics and maybe spec down on certain things, but overall I think we need to spec up is the feedback I'm getting, and add more into there. And I think with like these version 2s or these upgrades, you're going to see hopefully them be even more elaborate. So
one question that was asked, especially on the out of the box that we made for the Trunks, the Super Saiyan Trunks, was there was a prototype on the New York Comic Con with Trunks, with the flowing hair, that didn't come out on the product. Was there any reason that you decided to not include?
It could have been, you know, a spec down to make it more affordable, which I know it happened to Vegeta in the folding arm parts. I think it was the God Vegeta, or no, that was the recolor version, I think too. Yeah, premium color. Yeah. So yeah, it was the same sort of thing that we wanted to put it out to more of an open market and make it more affordable, but I think in retrospect, maybe that wasn't the right way to go. So, I mean, I think we should, yeah, my feedback to the product developers is let's price it up. You know, let's make it more sophisticated. That's what SH Figures is. Not all of them, though, because, I mean, you still want those Gohans that are, like, more affordable, because we still, remember, we have people, Dragon Ball is continuing to engage new fans, younger fans, and we're ages 15 plus. Well, we have a lot of 15, 16-year-olds who want to start buying this, and we want to give them the opportunity to purchase as well. So it's a question, it's hard to satisfy everybody, but I think we need to make sure that we're satisfying the core fans as well, more, especially with SH Figure Arts.
So there you have it. I'm going to start speaking in Spanish. Ahí están las preguntas. Ya saben, dejen todos los personajes. Muchísima gente preguntó por las damas, muchísima gente preguntó por Bardock. Déjenlo, ya saben que todo esto directamente se los hacemos llegar a Tiburón en México, de Tiburón en México directamente a Tamashii Nations. Aquí en San Diego Comic Con se está llevando a cabo digamos que esta encuesta. Sin embargo, todo el feedback que den también será llegado a todos. Entonces, vamos a pasar a otra pregunta. Another hot question was, what's the future of the SH Figures Sailor Moon line? Where are we going? We just recently made the out of the box of the Black Lady, but we haven't seen anything else on the SH Figures, the articulated figures. So what can you tell us about it?
I mean, we did the core, core Senshi. We did the core Senshi. We've done some more, and we've gone up to Pluto, but the question is, can we do, you know, enemies and sub characters? And I think Black Lady just coming into the market now, right? And it all depends on how that does, because Black Lady will be, so buy Black Lady and then we'll be able to do more. That's the answer, because that's the first ground for us going into the non-core Senshi, right? So
another question was, will you be doing of the arcs that are later, the Sailor Starlights and Sailor Galaxy, I believe it's in English?
It's possible, but I think right now one of the things to look out is look at the diversification of the categories we're going out, because we have, you know, a larger scale Figure Art Zero. We have the smaller scale Figure Art Zeros. We have, and I'm pronouncing it wrong, the Shui line. So we have a new. It's there. There's this crazy diorama we have in there. So I think we're going to do more diorama Figure Art Zeros because we've seen one of the great things about Sailor Moon that we've seen is. Like, you know, Dragon Ball for Western markets, not Europe. Europe is really big with the Figure Art Zero, but I think in Latin America as well. well, no, they're all big. Trust me, Figure Art Zero is getting bigger and bigger. And in EX, Figure Art Zero EX, and Buddies, it's all big. But I'm saying SH Figure Arts is just a powerhouse. But we're seeing a great spread. I mean, we're seeing Buddies Sailor Moon selling really well, I think, and then we're seeing the higher end Proplica selling really well. If you look at Sailor Moon, for us, it's actually one of the most category diversified lines for us because we have higher price point stuff, lower price point stuff, statues not articulated. We have the diorama Shui right now that I'm not pronouncing it right, but yeah, anyhow, I say it in an American accent, and Anna Mexico will make fun of me, but Choet, I know it's anyhow. But anyway, so we're doing these cool dioramas now. I think Sailor Moon has been so successful across a lot of categories. Now the question is, like you said, how many characters can we do? And Black Lady's the test. So. And we did, yeah, Mass Tuxedo as well. So, yeah, but I mean, he's main character. But Black Lady will be the first test of that. So please buy a lot of Black Lady.
Another question was that you have, as you told us, a lot of diversification on the Figure Zero, but a lot of time ago you had a one-piece SH Figures. Yeah. How's that line going?
Well, One Piece has not had as much. It's mainly focused on the Figure Art Zero when you think about it, right? We've did Chibi Arts before. There is a line called Chibi Arts. We've done half-H characters, which are smaller figures. Yeah. But it really has been centered on Figure Art Zero, and that's a line that I think I don't have an answer. I think right now we're staying within that. And the trend in Japan was so strong over the last 5 years, but there's a new movie coming out, but I don't know what the future is going to be there. Whereas with Sailor Moon, we have the Crystal movie, you know, the new anime out. So, and then with Dragon Ball, we have the Xenoverse, and we have new anime coming out. So So there's so much new content coming out there. Whereas One Piece, it's been so huge. Is the momentum going to continue? And so I really don't know if there's going to be much more. We only visited the main characters with the SH Figure Arts, and One Piece was such a huge hit as a statue series, the figure. So I think that's the way it's going to stay, is with Figure Art Zero for One Piece.
So there you have it, a lot of the... I'm going to start speaking in Spanish. Varias de las preguntas ya están ahí. Ahorita vamos a pasar a la última parte donde vamos a preguntar respecto a qué nuevas líneas vamos a poder ver en un futuro. Ya para concluir y agradecer muchísimo el tiempo de Adam. And the last question, just to wrap it up, we've seen a lot of new figures here on the Tamashii Nation stand, the bluefin of Naruto, and we've seen on the La Mole and other cons the Ranma. What can we say about all those other Japanese properties that will obviously are very huge in Latin America, especially in Mexico?
So we have a question about that. What is your current favorite anime? And so we have some stuff here. My Hero Academia, which I know is getting bigger. One Punch Man, Naruto, Fairy Tail, Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan, Sword Art Online, and Assassination Classroom, and other, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of others based on what you said. You know, Ranma, we've already gone a few products in with Ranma. But some of the other stuff you mentioned, I don't think we have any plans at the moment.
Well, regarding the land that we have here, I mean, we've seen a lot of huge expansion on the Western market. This year is the 30th anniversary of Saint Seiya. I mean, a lot of series are like getting older, getting a bigger fan base, sorry. What can we say? I mean, we have the expansion here, and the Power Rangers, Dragon Ball, even the Toy Story. So what's the future? What's next for Tamashii Nations?
We've already got like some of the best properties right now. I mean, WWE, Marvel, DC, Voltron, Toy Story. We're working with some of the top stuff. And then with anime, you know, we of course have Naruto, and we're working with Power Ranger stuff as well. And real icons like Bruce Lee. I think right now for Tamashii Nations is we've expanded out with all these new characters. And I think it's doing more of what we've got. People want to see more. So we've been stopping at, like, you know, Batman and Joker and Harlequin, but we need to do something, yeah, you know, we need to see something else, you know, in a DC universe. So I think it's, for us, at least my goal is to try to do more with what we already have. And to that, we need your support, because it's like the Black Lady question. You want to see more Sailor Moon? Well, let's see how this one does first. So That's what I want to do, more of what we already have.
And well, we know that there is the Tamashii Nations on October, November.
Yeah.
Any clues that you can give us from there? I mean, what can we expect? I mean, last year we saw the 12 gold Saints, Soul of Gold. I mean, what can we?
We saw the 12 gold Saints we had just had the Saint Seiya 30th event over there. We had big statues over there. Yeah. So we just had that. Last month. But I think Tamashii Nations will always bring a lot of surprises. So definitely look towards the end of October, which is the big refresh for us. And then we have something very special planned for 2017, which might be announced in October, relating to Tamashii Nations events. And that's all I can say on that one. But I can't say what's going to happen, but there's always something big that's going to be unveiled every single time. And we haven't announced our theme yet, so I can't say anything, but just stay tuned. End of October. Please come out to Japan if you can. That's what you guys should do. You want to see the big refresh. That would be it.
Well, as usual, thank you very much for all the support. Thank you very much for all the figures, actually, and well.
Yeah, thank you to our fans in Mexico. Thanks to you guys, and all of Latin America, and all the fan base here. I know who watches. So all of Latin America, Spain as well. I'm sure everybody in the Spanish-speaking world. Thank you for the support of Tamashii, or your support for Tamashii Nations. We really appreciate it.
I'm going to start speaking in Spanish. Muchísimas gracias. Obviamente no pudimos responder todas las preguntas porque fueron muchísimas, pero ya saben que nos pueden dejar aquí todos los comentarios. Nosotros con seguridad van a llegar allá. Desafortunadamente, como todo tiene, hay un proceso de selección. Tal como pudimos ver aquí, hay muchísimas cosas nuevas. Pudimos ver a Rock Lee, pudimos ver a Sakura, pudimos ver muchos personajes que genuinamente son algo que estamos esperando. Desde cosas súper interesantes como Batman, hasta cosas que están súper locas como el Toy Story. La verdad es que muchísimas gracias por todo su apoyo. Ya saben que la verdad es que es toda una experiencia todo esto de Tamashii Nations. And Adam, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And then one more goal I forgot. Anna Mexico is based in Guadalajara, so my goal next year is actually to eat a torta ahogada for the first time. So that's my other goal for next year.
Watch out for the chili because
it's pretty spicy. I'm looking forward to it. Bring it on. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.